What's going on, everybody? Titus here with another Fusion Festival Despia profile, and this time, this match that I played was so much fun. I cannot stress it enough. So we're going to quickly go into the card by card. If you want a more detailed explanation, the video beforehand, the Despia Fusion Festival will be a better detail of each one, but we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Hand Traps, 2 Veiler, 3 Max C, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Infinite Impermanence. Of course, going second cards, Super Poly, absolutely needed for the Fusion Festival. Very, very good card. And then our Called by the Grave. Very, very helpful card. For the Despia engine, we are playing 1 Comedy, 2 Tragedy, 3 Eluber the Boober Duber, 1 Despia Dramaturge, and then 1 Ad Libitum. Along with the spell cards, we are playing Despia Theater of the Branded, 3 Branded Opening, and 2 Branded in Red. For some other fun little engines, we are playing our 3 Edgem Chain, 2 Poly, 2 Patchwork. Really, really good to add off stuff for cost. 2 Fallen of Albaz, because it's a great going second card. And then for our little Destiny Hero DPE package, the 1 Denier, the 2 Malicious, and the 2 Fusion Destiny. For some draw power, we are playing 3 Allure because it can trigger the Tragedy, and most of our deck is Dark Monsters anyway. So really fun to trigger Tragedy off the Allure and don't neg at all. You actually go even and you get to sculpt your hand, which is pretty nice. So for our extra deck, it has changed a little bit from the previous video because I realized that you don't need certain cards and I like using other cards more. So for our Super Poly targets, our main Super Poly targets, we're playing Venom Fusion Dragon and Dracostapelia. Dracostapelia I go into all the time. A Fusion Monster and a Dark Monster, Super Poly, super good. It's a mainstay in today's branded Despia deck anyway, so it's just super, super good. For the Fallen of Albaz targets, we are playing 2 Titaniclad, 1 Brigand the Glory Dragon, 1 Sprin Iron Dash, and 1 Albion the Branded Dragon. This card gets a lot better when we get Albaz Strike, but that might still be a little while. For our Despia monsters, we are playing 2 Corderus, 1 Proskinian, and 3 Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. 600 life points for cost. If you summon 2 of these, it's 1200 life points for cost. And so it can be really, really hard. Your opponent has to out these very quickly or else they have burned themselves so much that the game's over. We're playing 2 DPE because we can make 1 off Fusion Destiny and then we can just make another with Theater, Despia the Theater of the Branded. Super funny to do and really cool that we can do it. And then, you know, the Proskinian is also here. I didn't really talk about it. It's not summoned a ton. It's useful when it does get summoned. It comes a light and a dark, and then a Despia monster, and then you can take one of their Exceeds, Fusion, Link, Secro from the graveyard and summon it to your side of the field. So in this case, the Fusion Festival, you're just summoning a Fusion monster like TPE, or Mechaba, or Agoides, or Titaniclad, or another Masquerade Dragon, anything that they have in their graveyard, and you can summon it on your side of the field. Then you can either use it as fusion material for your own stuff, or just attack them with it, because it can do whatever it wants to do. So, pretty cool card, but not summoned as much. But, let's get into this game. I'm very, very excited about this game. Alright, jumping into it, we are playing the Mirror Match. Our hand is looking pretty decent. We've opened Allure, Fusion Destiny, Infinite Impermanence, and Max C. But they own the die roll, so they're going to activate Albion the Shrouded. They're going to send opening, draw a card, activate Fusion Destiny. We're going to go ahead and activate Max C here to just recycle a card anyway. So they're going to go ahead and dump. Ooh, they're playing the Dastra Celestial version. Not as useful, in my opinion. They go ahead and summon the DPE. We draw Theater of the Branded. And then we're going to go ahead and draw for our turn. We have Effect Veiler. Not super useful, but it's okay. We're going to activate Impermanence. They're going to trigger DPE here, which is a little strange, but it's okay. I guess they don't want to get super polyed, so it's fine to go ahead and activate. They're going to activate DPE and Grave. We're going to summon Allure the Boober Duber. Activate Allure's effect. They're going to Ash us. Silly them. We already had everything we needed anyway. Go ahead and activate our Theater. Activate our Fusion Destiny. Sending Malicious and sending Denier. Summoning Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. activate Malicious effect, banish, summon Malicious, activate Denier's effect, summon Denier. Now this was a little silly. I wanted to maximize damage on board, and I wasn't playing 2 DPE at this point yet. This is actually the game that I realized I could summon 2 DPE, and it would have been hilarious. I was trying to maximize damage. Fusion Destiny limited us to be able to only summon Dark Hero monsters for the rest of the turn. And so we weren't able to capitalize off of the fusion with Aluber, Denier, and Malicious here. So gonna go ahead and attack for 18, attack for 11, attack for 25, and attack for 8. Main phase 2, we're gonna activate our effect, popping their back row and our Malicious. Their back row was a polymerization. Their DPE is going to summon back to the field due to its effect from last turn. We're going to activate Effect Value here, trying to force out the DPE, but they don't. So they just go straight into battle, attack over our Looper the Boober Doober, go into main phase 2, tribute over our freaking DPE with a Gamma Seal, and then activate Branded Opening, sending Maxi, summoning a Looper the Boober Doober, activating Aluber's effect, grabbing Branded in red, it's a little scary, and then setting Branded in red, Celestial effect, sending Dasher and Celestial to draw 2, activating Patchwork. It's like they've drawn 16 cards on this turn. Grabbing Patchwork, or grabbing Edge Chain and Polymerization. Go ahead and set 1, which is dangerous, and we know the 2 cards in their hands, so they know 2 unknowns. We draw Ash Blossom. We go ahead and Allure of Darkness here. This is a bit of a scary allure, but we're going to send the Edge Chain, super poly them, sending the Ash Blossom, and fusing off their Despia and their DPE. Summoning Masquerade Dragon. They're just going to chain their own Super Poly, paying 600 for that, going down to 1200, discarding Polymerization to summon their Dragostapelia. We're going to activate Aluber here, which, because it was sent from a card effect, can summon and negate an effect, and then put our turtle in defense, because it has a thick butt. They're going to activate Brandon in red, targeting Aluber the Boober Doober. We know they have an Edge Chain in their hand. Banishing Edge Chain and Aluber, summon Masquerade Dragon. There's not much they can do here, though. Oh, it was Dramaturge. It was not Edge Chain or Aluber. It was Dramaturge and Edge Chain. They have Aluber in hand now, and we know that they have Aluber in hand. They summon Aluber, activate effective Aluber, grab Theater of the Branded. Go ahead and activate Theater of the Branded, but they don't summon, so they're just going to attack over our Aluber. Activate effect of DPE to summon back, because now not the effect of DPE to summon back. It was the effect of Theater of the Branded. Because a non-fusion fairy monster left the field, we got to target another fusion monster of level 8 or higher and summon it back to the field. And so that lets us summon our DPE back, and now they have to deal with DPE. They're going to attack with Dramaturge. We're going to go ahead and let it attack and activate the effect to get it back. We're going to take the 600 here. And then Aluber is going to go ahead and summon itself again, so we're going to take another 600, but this negates a effect. We're going to target the Masquerade to negate its effect, because we're going to make some plays on the opponent's turn here. They're going to activate the Dragostapelia to level modulate, but that's okay. We're going to activate Masquerade Dragon and summon itself back, so we have another body on board. And then our DPE will come back in the standby phase. We're going to draw Polymerization. Not a huge deal, but we are going to go ahead and grab this DPE. Dramaturge is going to trigger, negating the effects of our DPE. DPE going to go ahead and trigger. They're going to activate Dragostapelia. So now we've gone through all of their interruption. So let's go over this. Dragostapelia, Chainlink 1, Dramaturge targeting DPE to negate its effect. Chain DPE, we take 600 damage from the burn to go ahead and pop monsters on the field, and then they go ahead and chain Dragostapelia to negate the effect. So all of the interaction was there. Masquerade effect is going to trigger. We are sending our 2 cards. We are sending 2 Darks, Masquerade and DPE, to summon Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, because they took 600 damage from the last turn, And so they're only at 1,200 life points. We're going to activate Starving Venom Fusion Dragon's effect to target the Dramaturge to gain 1,500, and that's the end of the game. That Starving Venom really, really came into clutch there. And also the ability to summon Masquerade on the opponent's end phase so that we had another body on board because we knew DPE was going to summon back. All we had to do was trigger some of the interruption on their turn. We got the Dramaturge, we got the Dracostapelia, so we won the game. If it wasn't for making sure DPE could bait that interaction, we would only be doing 1,000 damage over the Eluber with our Starving Venom, because one of the other cards would have negated the effect to gain the attack. But that's going to be it for this video. Please, if you liked the content, please like the video down below. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe for more Master Duel videos and replays where we talk through some of these things. And we will see you in the next one. Happy dueling, everybody.